3, 2, 1. Okay, so we did the finger, and then that can be jammed or sprained or just knuckle pain from overuse. Some people are writing all the time, typing all the time. So moving on to the thumb. This could be either jammed, typically not sprained here. This one is more common for being sprained through here. Sometimes catching a ball too hard or catching themselves, on a, slipping or something. And then it's very strange. The pain can be down in this knuckle. It can be up in this knuckle. So we've got two different places that we can address all at once. And it can be generalized. It can be localized, and it can only sometimes be with pain. Not talking about the wrist yet. We'll get to that in the next video, because then when you start having thumb movement with wrist pain, we're talking about a whole different issue. So this one can get a little tricky. It's better if this one's hard to do by yourself. Easy to do by yourself. Easy to do by yourself. This one's just more difficult because only using one hand. So you can try, and I'll shoot a video of doing that by myself. But for now, for someone that's helping somebody else, let's change colors. So you're going to kind of keep this in that position. And let's see here. I have an extended piece of tape. I'm changing colors. So if we just go maybe double the length of the thumb. There. I like to fold it in half, like so. And then I like to cut down the center, just about an inch or so. And what that does is that creates an opening that we're going to slide the thumb through. And that's pretty cool because it really makes it, we're going to do this maybe a couple different ways. Again, not easy to do on yourself. So you're going to hold that hand like this, yep, and then we're just going to take an opening and just open it and literally just try to slide it through and not catch the skin too much. I know that it's sticking to my fingers, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to come down here and attach this piece in that web there, and then start removing some of this. So this is wrapping down here. We're going for that lower thumb pain right now. And if you're like, oh, this looks just way too long, you can trim this on the fly. It's better to have too much and trim away than too little and go, oh man, I'm going to stir all over. So what you want to do, and if you're new, you will totally find yourself redoing this a couple times, but I'm going to cut in between my fingers, just shorten it without cutting the patient would be good. Like so. And then giving it some of your own heat and friction to get it to stick to her better. Looks weird, but feels good to the patient. I get a lot of people coming back in wanting that to be redone like that. And then if we're gonna do the knuckle here or this one here, these are done similarly. You would take the tape, whatever size you have, and then cut it to about finger length, like so. And then with this one, you could overlap. So let's just say they just really injured the hand and thumb. You can twist it, rip it, and you could just come around here and then just attach it in here, helping with the swelling and the compression forces. And it doesn't really limit range of motion. Move your hand around. You can feel it there, but it's really not limiting anything. It's just enough compression to make it feel pretty good. And then you would do the same for this, if that knuckle was involved. Let's change colors, shall we? So about finger length, you can eyeball it. Don't have to go too crazy. You can do this in thirds or halves, depending, like if you had a kid, I would totally do a third. you know, I'll do a third just to show you how small it is on an adult hand. But you would think, oh, this isn't very much tape. Well, for you, again, this isn't very much tape, but even on the, like a pinky or something, it really does make a big difference. I found, because you're not using very much, you can give someone just one whole sheet, and they can do the same finger every day for like a week or two. Changing this out too, you could change this out once or twice a day and not feel like you're burning through your tape because they're only small pieces. So, can you move that around? So we've got jammed fingers. This cream one is for this thumb joint in here, or this web. And then with this joint here and problem here, you could do another piece that wraps around. I'm not going to do that now because I want to do the wrist. But if they injured the wrist and the thumb, you could keep going with all of these pieces easily. Okay, that's that.